All right, trying to get Jason in here. There he is.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Fucking awesome. There we go. Finally, some good luck.
I got some shit going on.
Yeah, and you got the mic, so we're good. All right. Fucking awesome. All right. Thanks for joining, Courtney. What's that?
My mic isn't even fucking on, dude. It's not even.
Oh, really? You sound a lot louder than you did before, so that's good.
Well, let's roll with it.
All right. Roll with the motherfucking punches. All right. So what's up, man? Got anything in the works in the next couple days for your photography?
Actually, I have a shoot with a client on Saturday. It's going to be a pretty fun shoot. We're shooting in a cemetery. She's actually combining two shoots in one. She's doing it's a very popular concept if you haven't heard of it. It's a death to my 20s shoot. So when these people turn 30, they like to celebrate by doing a photo shoot and saying it's the death to their 20s.
That's pretty cool. It's a good way to celebrate.
A lot of the times it's a what's it called? A little more gothy. It takes place in cemeteries. There's a whole lot more black. It has, it's a very funeral-esque kind of.
Yeah.
So we have some fun stuff planned for that. Since we're shooting in the cemetery, we're actually gonna have her lay down in front of one of the tombstones and reach a single bloody arm up, so it looks like it's plunging out of the dirt.
That's fucking cool. I can't wait to see those.
I did a similar one a couple of weeks ago, where she had a bunch of her friends join in with the shoot, and I had them all lay side by side by side in front of tombstones, and I took a really long depth perception shot of them all lying next to each other. So it all looked like they were lying down to their deaths, and they had black rose on their chest. That was fun. But the client this weekend is doing a Death to My 20s shoot, and also wanted to do some stuff that's 5th year anniversary with her husband. So we're going to do some anniversary photos as well. I don't even think she knows this. I'm going to surprise her. But I found some cool inspiration photos, and I wanted to try something. I want to go find like a Victorian style mirror, and I want to hang it on a tree in the forest and do some cool stuff with her and her husband in the mirror, like some depth perception shots, like over the shoulder into the mirror.
Yeah.
Some stuff with the mirror on the ground, and I like to challenge myself in photo shoot to try some new stuff. So,
Yeah, that way it doesn't get dull. Yeah.
No, yeah. I have that coming up this weekend, and Tuesday, I'm really excited about next Tuesday. I have one of the professional models that I've been working with for, actually, we're going on our year of knowing each other and being friends and working with each other. And it just kind of so happened that we scheduled this really intricate shoot within a week of our 1 year anniversary of knowing each other. It just kind of happened that way. It wasn't planned. So it's a really perfect way to celebrate or our relationship. And then another professional model that we know, she's a professional model. She also does makeup. She does wax art. And we're going to be doing a model up as like a Barbie Pinhead from Hellraiser mashup.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, and I'm really excited about it. We're going to go really minimalist with the lighting. Single white light and single colored light. We're gonna go pink. You know, Barbie. Single pink accent light, and there's gonna be full prosthetics with pins and leather boudoir and pink hair and pink eye contacts, and it's probably going to be the most extensive makeup that I've done to my face. I'm
Yeah.
fucking absolutely
How-
and totally stoked about that.
Yeah, you got a lot to fucking prepare for, it sounds like.
Yeah, it's mostly just going to be me sitting there getting drunk, watching her get into makeup, and then take a few photos.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys, that's what I was going to ask you guys. Can you hear Jason good this time? He got a mic, so it should be good. He sounds a lot better on my end. I could tell you that much. I could hear everything.
Yeah, Sandy says that she can hear me.
Awesome.
Which
Corey.
is weird because I'm talking into my phone mic like I usually do.
You just needed the microphone for, good luck, I guess.
I guess the universe wanted me to go out and spend $30 on a microphone
Yeah,
that
for
I
no
would
reason.
never use anyway. And
Yeah.
then my phone went, bro, you cheating on me? I'll be like,
Yeah, Corey, we went against, we decided against StreamYard because it said it wouldn't record. Joe, you can drop down a few bars. All right. Is that better? Is that better, Sandy? Hello? Okay. I think I lowered it a little bit. But anyways, yeah, we decided against StreamYard because it said it wouldn't record it, so I wouldn't be able to use it for my podcast, so that's why I didn't do StreamYard. So, yeah, if you guys want to shoot any questions, throw some questions at us. I really want to get into Lost, though, the show Lost. I don't know how many of you that are listening have seen it, but it's me and Jason's favorite show.
yeah, Joe and I determined.
Corey, I invited you too,
this
Corey.
afternoon that like the first thing Joe mentioned yesterday was we're gonna talk about Lost, and then we never talked about Lost.
No, we never got a shot.
Amazing.
I don't know why I'm echoing now. Okay, there we go. All right. Yeah, Corey, I sent you an invite too. I said I heard that your baby's down for the night, so if you want to jump in. Talk some shit with us. Anyway, so who is your favorite Lost character? I think I know,
Yeah.
but I'm curious.
We share a favorite Lost character. It's John Locke.
Hell yes.
Terry O'Quinn's John Locke. Single-handedly, the best written character arc in cinematic history, television history, novel history. I mean, he is the absolute and total everyman. The guy you fucking root for. I mean, even when things change, and I'm using these words to not have
Not spoil it. Yeah.
Even when things change with the character, you're still kind of fucking rooting for him. And I mean, that is just a testament to the fucking writing itself.
And the acting,
that
yeah.
you're rooting for a guy that you no longer even like.
And other reasons, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, you remember the moment, Joe, when Jack and this not John Locke are having that moment on the cliffs.
Oh yeah.
Above the caves,
Mm-hmm.
and Jack said, "This is happening for a reason," and the not Locke, we'll call him the Bizarro Locke for people that understand Superman references, says, "And who told you that?" And he says, "John Locke did." Like, that fucking moment right there, like,
Yeah.
it still makes you root for the character that's wearing his skin.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's a
Like,
weird
it's
situation.
fantastic. And by the way, we didn't have this conversation when we were initially talking about our mutual love and appreciation for John Locke. But,
No.
Terry O'Quinn was so brilliantly cast in that role for one ultimate reason. Ultimately, he played two characters wearing the same face, right?
Right.
Did you ever see the 1987 slasher film, The Stepfather?
Mm-mm. No.
If you are a fan of John Locke and Terry O'Quinn, there is a fucking reason why they cast him as John Locke. So, The Stepfather is a slasher film from 1987 where Terry O'Quinn plays this like kind of everyman father figure who goes around seducing single mothers, into, and I quote, being the stepfather, right? But he moonlights as a fucking serial killer.
Oh shit! It's like some Dexter type shit.
Well, right, and like the cover art or the poster art for the original 1987 film is absolutely and totally brilliant. It's a completely and totally bearded Terry O'Quinn.
Man, I gotta look for that.
Staring into a mirror, and it's shot over his shoulder, but it's just enough of an angle where you can see that his face looks like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in the mirror, the steam is wiped away, and he's completely and totally shaven, not wearing glasses, just staring at himself all gauntly in the mirror. And in the mirror's steam, it's written, "Who am I?"
That's cool. I'm gonna have to catch that one.
Badass, dude. Like, if you are a fucking Terry O'Quinn fan and a John Locke fan, watch this movie, and you will understand why they fucking cast him for this role. Like, it is why. Like, it is 100% why.
You know what I find amazing? You can't find these actors in a lot of stuff after Lost, which is kind of weird. I know that the dude that played Jack got in a lot of fucking legal trouble.
So
He
it's funny.
got DUIs and
that. I actually didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
He would have been Matthew Fox would have been the most notoriable name in the show.
Yeah.
At the start. And they ultimately said that's why they cast him in the role as Jack, because they wanted somebody who had a TV reputation.
Yeah. He was on something. Wasn't he on like
Party of Five.
Party of Five, okay.
Yeah, wasn't Jared Leto too? Jared Leto was in Party of Five.
Yeah, Jared Leto, man. I like him. I liked him until he did the Joker. And then he got this big fucking ego. Like, I can't even stand like listening to him. Like, I like 30 Seconds to Mars. But
the Joker is not my problem with Jared Leto. I actually thought the Joker was the most interesting part of that first Suicide Squad movie. I actually thought the Joker should have been the actual villain and not like some monkey wrench on the way to the villain.
Yeah.
I don't think he was the fucking problem. I don't have a problem with modern interpretations of characters. Jared Leto is just a fucking shitty human being in real life.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's a good actor and he's a great musician, but like he's so fucking full of himself.
30 Seconds to Mars, and I like his films. Like, he was awesome in Lords of War.
He was in that Cabin Fever. Was it Cabin Fever? I think that was like.
Not in Cabin Fever. That was
what am I thinking?
That was an Eli Roth film.
What the fuck am I thinking of? I gotta look up his
he was in Fight
movies.
Club. He was in Lord of War. He was Morbius.
Oh. I didn't watch Morbius.
You didn't miss anything.
Yeah, that's why I didn't watch it.
Panic Room. Are you thinking of Panic Room?
You know who I confuse him with? I think it's that Jordan Ladd dude. They kind of look familiar, I think.
Jordan Ladd is a woman.
Oh wait. Oh, I'm just looking at the things here. Hold on. Wait, not Jordan Ladd.
Jordan Ladd is a woman, and she's a very attractive woman.
Yeah, I see that now.
just like Jared.
I haven't seen this movie in years.
Just like Jared Leto is also a very attractive woman.
Yeah, that's true. Joey Kern. I don't know. One of these guys looks. I remember looking
Joey
like.
Kern.
Yeah, I think he reminded me of him.
The dude who did the parody of Matthew McConaughey from Dazed and Confused in Cabin Fever.
Yeah, Cabin Fever was great. It's been a long time.
He was basically Wooderson from Dazed and Confused, but he was in Cabin Fever.
Oh, yo, what's up? Corey's in here. What's up, man?
Hey, I logged in on my tablet. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly good.
All right, cool.
All right,
I
awesome.
had no idea it even logged me in. I just downloaded this app over here, and here we go, I guess.
Yeah, we were just talking about Cabin Fever from 2002. I don't know if you've seen that. It's an old fucking movie. It's crazy to say that's
Cabin
old.
Fever.
It's crazy. 21 years
I
ago.
know.
I feel so old. So am I the oldest one here?
Well, when you put it like that, Joe, it is fucking old. Like
It
holy
is
shit,
21
I
fucking
didn't
years. I graduated
realize
in
Cabin Fever was 21 fucking years old.
2002. So the year I graduated.
Oh,
Yeah,
baby.
because I'm 39. So I'm the oldest motherfucker in here?
I'm 42.
Oh, okay, so you got me by 3.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, you don't look like it and you don't act like it, so that's good.
thanks. I'm actually 69.
Friday the 23rd? I think you meant the 13th, but yeah, Sandy, I seen that shit too.
69 forever.
That might have been the spoof, Friday the 23rd.
No, the spoof was actually Saturday the 14th. No, there is a movie.
Is there really a fucking...
video movie from the 80s called Saturday the 14th.
Oh, God. From the 80s? All right, Sandy, going...
One of the earliest forms of horror parody. Like
I love horror parody. Like I said, Scary Movie ruined Scream for me. I can't even watch it.
They made Saturday the 14th was one of the earliest horror parodies, and then there is another one, Student Bodies. Student Bodies is like the best horror parody of all time. Like this is Scary Movie before Scary Movie. If you've never seen that or heard of it, you need to look it up.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard that.
Excuse me.
Student Bodies is from like the late 80s or early 90s, and like the killer, like every time the killer's on the screen, you like see it from his POV, kind of like the classic Michael Myers, POV.
Yeah.
And he's always, every time he's walking up the steps and stalking a victim, he's always breathing heavy. He's like, and like, he's actually credited in the cast as
The breather?
Yeah. And then there's like this random moment in the movie where there's about to be full on like penetration sex, and all of a sudden it cuts to like some stuffy old dude sitting at a fucking mahogany desk, and he's like, "Hello. We took this break from the film because the producers wanted me to assure you that there was going to be no vulgarity in this film. I also wanted to take the moment to tell you while we had this break to say, fuck you." and then they go back to the movie like nothing happened.
All right, Sandy, I'll catch the replay, okay? Have a good night. Sandy had to leave. So, Corey, have you ever watched Lost or no?
Lost, yeah, I watched Lost.
Did you watch the whole thing?
A long time ago. Yeah, I watched it all the way through.
Good.
I mean, dude, I think the one thing that stands out to me about that movie the series is that at the end, I was so pissed.
See, people were here. Me and Jason have different opinions on the ending.
I'm gonna change your mind, Corey. Lay it on me.
What was that?
Why were you upset?
Because I felt like I watched the entire thing for nothing.
A lot of people feel that way. I don't know why. Yeah, he'll explain it. We have two different opinions on it. Like, I think they're in purgatory, and or it's a Wizard of Oz type shit because Jack wakes back up or whatever. I thought he did. I don't know. I have to go back.
See, I thought the same though. I thought they were in purgatory.
Yeah, that's what I got from the church.
They were already dead.
So Corey, I'm gonna tell you what I told Joe. So the island is in fact life, and if you remember at the end of the 5th season, they were sent back in time to the 70s, where they blew up the hatch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it like reset time and brought them back to current times, So like essentially, they were the ones responsible for breaking the hatch in the first place, which is what brought them to the island in the first place, because if they never broke the hatch back in the 70s, then Desmond never would have been, needed to be in there, making sure he pushed the button every 2 fucking hours, and if he didn't forget to push the button, their plane never would have been part of the electromagnetic anomaly that like split it in half and brought them to the island,
Yeah.
That's that whole like responsible for your own fate bullshit. So the island was in fact life. Okay. That moment in the beginning of this last season when Jack wakes up on the plane and the plane doesn't crash, and it starts that whole entire scenario where they have to like meet each other for the first time, even though they start remembering that they've met each other before on the island, and then eventually meet at the church at the end and like move on into the white light.
It's
right?
confusing. Yeah.
Right. So that happens at the beginning of the 6th season. Jack wakes up, and it starts this whole entire flash sideways scenario where, like, what if the plane never crashed, right?
Yeah, but
And then at the very end of the season, they go through all the hoopla to get off the island, which is what Jack's major dramatic question of the whole entire show was. I want to get these people off the island. And the last thing Jack sees as he's dying in the bamboo forest is the small plane leaving with Lapidus and Miles and Richard and Sawyer and Kate. And then Jack closes his eyes and dies, just like he opened his eyes and lived at the very beginning of the show, right? So when Jack closes his eyes at the very end of the show, right, that is actually the moment right before he wakes up on the plane and they never crash. So the whole thing is that started a afterlife scenario, which they played out of real time, very David Lynch, right? Which is what the show was actually inspired by. It was inspired by Twin Peaks.
I never watched that. I heard good things.
So the whole entire thing is that in life, right? Jack was the hardest character to get over what made him lost. He had this chip on his shoulder that he was always fighting. Like, I need to help people. I need to.
And his father too.
Always run into the fire. Always run into the burning wreckage.
And satisfying his father, I
Which
think.
is what he did in the very first episode of the show. He ran right into the burning fucking wreckage, right?
Yeah.
Jack
Symbolic.
realizes this towards the end of the show, that maybe he just needs to sit still and do nothing, right? So, just like in life, Jack being the hardest character to let go, right? He has the hardest time realizing that he's wandering the fucking afterlife, right? And what I had said to Joe, Corey, is that the whole entire show is actually explained in one line of dialogue by Rose and Bernard in the episode directly before the last episode. The last episode is called The End, appropriately. That's the title of the last episode. And the last time we see Rose and Bernard, right before the time changes for the last time, Kate and Sawyer and a bunch of other people bump into them in the fucking woods where Rose and Bernard have created their own little happy life, on the island, like out of all of the drama's way, right? Like they're not a part of this bullshit anymore. And Kate says something about like needing guns and where are they, and they're like, let me guess. You're going to run into the woods with the guns after Jack because he's up to some bullshit, right? That's like what Rose says, and she goes, but you know what? We're at peace here, and we don't want a part of this because in the end, we have each other, and that's all that matters. That single line of dialogue actually explains the whole entire show, and it actually explains the whole entire ending. Because the one thing that people forgot over the course of the very long show, right, is the fact that you had all of these strangers that didn't know each other prior to this plane crashing on a deserted island where things seem like they're inherently shitty, right? But through flashbacks, you learn that their lives were far shittier than they were before the island. Okay? So not only were they far shittier than they were before the island, these people, even though they're from different parts of the world, right? This plane crash, this inherently terrible thing, is what brought them together, and they've almost all been in each other's lives before, right? So this one moment of tragedy, this one moment of fucking absolutely and totally fucking terrible shit brought these fucking people together. These people who were strangers, these people who almost were in each other's lives, but were not until this one moment, right? So, by Rose and Bernard saying, you're missing the bigger fucking picture. In the end, all that matters is that we have each other, right? Since they've met each other, they've had the best times of their lives. You see that in the show. Their lives were absolutely and totally awful before the island, but since they've all met each other and been in their lives, in spite of how bad it seemed, it's actually been the best. So now in the afterlife, once Jack realizes he's dead, once all of his friends realize they're dead, once they all remember the life they had on the island with each other, they all meet in the church, and they all get to go into the white light together. Therefore, in the end, all that matters is that we have each other, and now they get to spend eternity with fucking each other.
Huh. So, all right. So you're the way you explained all of that. Do you really believe they were in purgatory then?
I
Are you
believe
on
they
the same
were.
page?
I believe they were.
Dead. They're only dead in the flash sideways in the last season. That is the only time they're dead.
So you think in when the plane crashes, they wake up on the island, they are still alive. That is them alive on the island.
Oh, I don't think I actually know.
Okay. So
the guy who wrote the show actually said it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
See,
didn't he
know
also
more than
say
me.
it's
I don't
open for
look at it.
interpretation, though? I thought.
No, he never said that.
Oh, that's what I thought they said.
Okay, so you talk about how Jack has to kind of like find himself and figure things out to be at peace with himself and whatever. So is that the real meaning of the name Lost?
Yes,
they're not
lost.
It's
Show,
well, their lives are lost.
Humans are lost. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
So
okay.
Corey, the whole entire show, the title Lost.
I mean, they could play on that many
absolutely
things.
And totally nothing to do with them being stranded on a deserted island. Every character that survived that plane crash, if you think about it, the thing that got them on the plane that crashed and put them on that island is the one thing that they were chasing in their life that, and I quote, made them lost.
Huh.
Although, how do we explain Hurley, though?
Not lost on an island, but lost emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Every single person was chasing something that made them ignore the rest of their lives. Therefore, they were all lost. Jack was going to Australia to fetch his dad's body because
his body was on the plane. Yeah.
Shadow his whole entire life. So Jack was lost because he never bothered finding himself because he was always chasing his dad's shadow, right? Just like Sawyer was always chasing the person that might have inherently got his parents fucking to kill each other, okay? Just like Kate was always on the fucking run. Just like fucking, Locke had just complete and total spiritual fucking disconnection from himself because he was living in his dad's shadow also, which is, by the way, most
Dad
of
was
the
an asshole.
characters in the show were lost because of something having to do with their dads. And if you missed the relevance of that...
Oh, yeah, because it's Kate, too.
What is the one thing that Jake the Men in Black did not have? A father. Haha.
Yeah, Corey, you got to go back and just watch the show again because you'll catch on to more details.
Well, you know what's crazy is my wife and I discussed this recently. We were talking about shows that we liked in the past that, I liked the show Lost, and I remember it pissing me off at the end, but I don't remember too much about the guts of it. And that's why I told her, you got to go back and rewatch it.
You have to rewatch it.
So I can
it
get
gets
pissed
better.
off all over again.
No, it gets better each time you watch it.
This is what I tell most people. The show doesn't actually end on the island. The show does end in that flash sideways scenario. The show ends in that purgatory scenario or that afterlife scenario, right? That's where the show ends. The explanation of everything is in that scenario, the flash sideways. It's not on
where they all know each other, like where they all run into each other in their regular lives.
Remember each other.
Like the hospital scene with Jack. Yeah.
And they all reconnect in the... So
See,
even Jack's dad says in the church, when Jack meets his dad in the church, when he opens his dad's coffin and it's empty at the very end in the last episode. And then he turns and his dad's standing there, right? And he says, Dad? And he goes, And Jack starts crying, and he says, "Am I dead?" to his dad. And Jack's dad says, "Well, we all die eventually, son." You know, like, these are single lines of dialogue explain unanswerable things in the fucking show. It's absolutely and totally brilliant. Like, that's all you need. Like, that's why dialogue exists, is to fucking answer questions.
Yeah, but see, I took it this way, that Jack was the last one they were waiting for to die. No? Because didn't they say they were all already in the church?
To die, Jack was the last one to realize he was dead. There's a difference.
See, we take it two different ways.
No, it's not.
Because I remember the ending, and I could swore he opened his eyes like the intro. That's why I thought it was all a dream.
Hurley and Ben were still alive on the island when Jack died. But they were there in the afterlife already. Which means they were waiting for Jack to realize he was dead. Jack is
that show is just wild.
It's
amazing, but like I said, it gets better each time you watch it.
This is the best kind of writing, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, yeah, and it was like, nicely done.
The stuff you're still talking about, how many years later? That's the success.
I could talk about this shit all day. I really could. That's why, to me, it's the greatest show.
So here, I got a question for you. Since we're on this, do you know about the relevance of characters' names?
No. You see, when I watch, I don't dive that much into stuff. Like, I don't go online afterwards and try to.
So this is how well aware of what they were doing the writers were. It's absolutely and totally genius. Like, there are little tells to the storytelling in characters' names, places' names, things' names, books the characters are reading in the show. Like, there is literally no stone in the writing unturned.
Like, so very nice attention to detail.
Well, so for, like, the writing to be so cheap as to, like, be like, oh, they were dead the whole time, like, it just wouldn't happen. Like,
no, I just think they died on the plane. That's my opinion.
Well, no. I mean,
because how do you survive that crash? It doesn't even make sense. It was a brutal crash. You know what I mean?
Because
I don't know.
said so. That's why.
But I feel like they were metaphors too. Like, I don't know. Well, I feel like we could interpret it different ways.
So Jacob and the Man in Black are absolutely and totally metaphors.
Yeah.
You can actually take them with a grain of salt. They could be completely and totally, like, regarded as free will and manipulation. Sure.
But how do you explain the others then? If we're going off this concept, because they had to be there for a reason. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, he said it this way, but there's all different ways. But none of them were in the church.
Black Rock. Like, literally fucking 95% of the others were survivors of the Black Rock.
Yeah, but do you notice that none of them were in the church?
No.
And the bad guy, Ben Linus, was outside of the church too.
And he wouldn't go in.
So was he not dead? Like, that's where I don't know. But he's not allowed in there because he wasn't part of the group?
Every single character you didn't see in the church or in that scenario
wasn't part of the group. Right?
Was killed by the black smoke.
So when they see the others, they're dead? No. That's what?
No.
So when did they die? That's the part that's confusing.
That with one line of dialogue. We don't burn our dead, we bury them, which is a common Christian belief that if you pass through fire, you go to hell. But if you're buried, you go to heaven. Right?
I said that in Walking Dead too.
Oh, fucking! I don't want to talk about that show.
So Joe, think about this.
I get so mad at that show.
Who else didn't you see in that scenario? Echo, killed by the black smoke. Michael, killed by the black smoke. Any single character that was killed by the black smoke that was an important character was not in the church because they're in fucking hell.
That's what I was going to ask. It was the black smoke taken.
Doesn't that go back to purgatory, though?
No.
See, I don't know. To me, the church is purgatory. I don't see any other way around it.
Did you figure out what the voices on the island were?
Oh, like the whispers?
Yes.
I would imagine it was Jacob's brother pulling strings.
No.
I took it almost as like tripping.
All the souls that are not allowed to leave the island because the black smoke killed them.
Okay. Yeah, it's That's such a weird show. You mentioned The Walking Dead. I'll give you my 2 cents on that. The
We
first,
talked about this. I'm
the
not even.
first,
I'm just gonna like sit back and listen to this.
the first how many seasons until you get to the governor? Was it 5 seasons? When did the governor thing happen?
No, Governor
Is it
was
further?
season 2 or 3, wasn't he?
No, 3.
No, really 3?
3.
Okay.
Yeah, he was early on.
As soon as the governor shit ended, the show went downhill for me. I don't even want to hear about the baseball bat. When he fucking murdered Glenn, I was so fucking mad and sad at the same time. I just gave up on the show. I'm
That's
sorry.
when my wife stopped too.
I'm sorry.
I ultimately think that Walking Dead was only ever as good as its villain.
That's true.
But didn't he turn into a big pussy afterwards?
Oh,
No.
Negan? Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Negan did after.
Giant pussy afterwards, but
Well, a little bit.
my ultimate problem with Walking Dead was their main character was the worst main character to fucking run a show.
Oh yeah, he was the
Rick
biggest
Grimes?
fucking yeah.
Rick
It should have been the brother-in-law or whatever. Yeah.
Well, no.
Rick
Okay,
Grimes
so let's.
sucked so bad. Like
The son was a better fucking leader than his father.
I've never wanted to punch a main character of a show in the face so fucking bad in my life.
I have How I Met Your Mother. Yeah.
I actually know. Do you know what would be the ultimate? Remember Celebrity Deathmatch, guys?
Oh yeah, the claymation. Yeah.
Yeah. Rick Grimes versus Jack Shepard. Let's fucking see that shit.
Yeah, but Jack's like the world's strongest man compared to fucking Rick Grimes, whatever the fuck his name is.
I want to see
Joe.
Jack beat
Yo.
the fuck out of fucking Rick Grimes. Like, I want to see that shit. Yo, by the way, you were talking about how Matthew Fox kind of disappeared off the map for.
Well, yeah, he got DUIs and like punched a bus driver in the face.
Did you see Alex Cross though?
No, isn't that
Alex Cross is in the same universe as these old Morgan Freeman movies. Along Came a Spider. I forget what the other ones are called.
The James Patterson stories.
Yes, the James Patterson stories. Yes.
Excuse me.
So fucking.
Kiss the Girls? Is that one of them too?
Kiss the Girls.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So Alex Cross is the detective. That's who Morgan Freeman plays in those movies, right?
Yeah.
So they made a new movie a couple of years after Lost, just called Alex Cross, right?
Yeah.
Of all people, Tyler Perry replaces Morgan Freeman. he did good. He did.
Yeah.
Good.
It's just hard to take him seriously.
He wasn't doing like your
dressing like a woman.
Yeah, or lured. Yeah, he wasn't doing that shit. But Matthew Fox played some fucking whacked out of his fucking mind, like meth the fuck out, like UFC fighter.
Was he playing himself?
Yeah, pretty much. But he got like.
I remember that. He lost a bunch of weight, right?
He got obnoxiously ripped for the fucking role, like obnoxiously ripped.
It's because he was punching ladies in the face.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's what it is. Yeah, he got
boxing ladies.
He got his domestic violence muscles going on. Jesus Christ. Yo, I seriously didn't know about that until like you said something.
But I think that was his last fucking role.
Yeah.
But yeah. So The Walking Dead, man, it could have been such a good show, but to me they fucked it up after The Governor.
What I wanted to ask you, Joe, was did you watch it all the way through?
No. As soon as the thing with Glenn, and then I saw the fucking dude with the tiger, I was like, all right, this is enough.
I stopped for a while after like season 7 or 8. I stopped for a while, and then I got back into it recently just because I wanted to see the story play out. And it really got me thinking, how different would the story have been? What would it have looked like if Shane killed Rick in season 2?
I wish that happened. They should go back and do it. Do some time travel endgame shit. When
I rewatched it, all the decisions that Shane wanted to make in the first 2 seasons, I was like, God damn, man, like he's using his head. He's trying to not put his people in danger. He's trying to do what's right by them. And I disagree with everything Rick is saying.
Yeah, I think everybody was. But
so I don't disagree with you, and this is what this is my opinion on the show. Like, so in the 4th season,
What's up,
they're in
Crystal?
Alexandria, right? Like the the walled town, the gated town, Alexandria. And
Yep.
Rick starts becoming like Shane. Like, he starts having this more hostile
Yes.
and violent and overprotective approach to everything. And to me, that's good storytelling. Like, it was okay for Rick to be the good old boy at first, to, like, try to be like the last man upholding the law, Coral, you know? Like,
Coral.
trying to be that guy, okay? But at some point, you're going to have a roller coaster. Like, it's going to have to peak. There's going to have to be an arc in the storytelling. The character is going to have to change, right?
What?
So,
Yeah, but
so
what would
there
have
was that
happened
moment.
with Shane though? What kind of changes would he have had?
Well, right, but I think Shane was
He might have went
there-
crazy. He was already starting to
I
go
think
crazy.
Shane
Yeah.
was there to show the audience
A different way.
like what Rick could become. And
Yeah.
for whatever reasons, it's the writers' fault. The writers didn't commit to it. Because there was that moment where Rick had that fucking guy pinned the fuck down in the middle of Alexandria fucking town square, and he was beating the ever-living fucking piss out of him, and he was covered in his fucking blood, and he had this Shane moment where he was like, how many of y'all do I have to kill until you understand? Right?
But,
Like, he got
but
all
why did I
fucking-
love that scene so much?
That scene was so good, dude. So, like, that was the first time ever watching the show where I was like, yes! Now we have a fucking show, right?
Yeah, and then he pussied out again.
But then Negan shows up, and Rick tucked his dick up his own
Well,
ass.
do you blame him?
He shoved it right the fuck up there and was like, I'm sorry, I'm a little bitch again.
Do you blame him
And
though?
then, like, Corey, if you watched it all the way through like I did, you know as well as I do that the show was the best it ever was after they got rid of their fucking main character. Like, after they got rid of him, the show was...
So it's the opposite of The Office. All right, but listen, you know what kills The Walking Dead? Not even the story. It's the fucking over-utilization of this long-ass dialogues that happen between the characters. Like, fucking speeches. Unnecessary speeches, like half of the fucking episode. I fucking hate that shit. Like, you're not asking for a speech, and all of a sudden it's like, this dude, the fucking, I don't know, the dude that ran the church, he would do like a 20-minute speech. You're like, I don't give a fuck, man. Just go kill zombies. That's what we want to watch. I don't want to hear these fucking inspirational speeches.
Oh, fuck. I forget that guy's name. He was like blind
Yeah.
in one eye.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck all those characters, except for Glenn, and they murdered him. Like, what the fuck is the dude with the tiger? He has a pet tiger? Was he Mike Tyson? Like, what the fuck?
Yo,
Where?
that dude was a bitch too.
I fucking hated that dude.
Like, used to be like in theater. That's like what that
Oh
guy
my
did.
god, this shit turned so gay. I can't say gay on the internet.
He was a zookeeper.
It's just so ridiculous.
Or
That line,
worked in maintenance at a zoo. That's
that
what
tiger
it
would have tore everybody apart.
Oh, so he wiped Tiger's butt.
Yeah, he probably sucked tiger dicks too.
He shoveled Tiger shit and then
Ugh.
became like
Let me suck this striped dick real quick.
some crazy post-apocalypse Tiger master. But I used to shovel Tiger shit.
That show literally turned into a comic book, which it's based off of, but still, like, they started adding like comic book characters.
The long speeches were almost as bad as in anime, where they start replaying the same scenes over and over
Oh
again.
god, yeah,
I can't
and it wasn't even inspirational. Like,
This is a whole other fucking topic of conversation. But
what's up, Brandy? What's up, Crystal? If you guys,
anime is like the same thing every fucking time.
yeah, if you guys out there want to ask us any questions, we got me, Corey, we got Jason. So ask us anything. It's okay. It's okay if you're late. We're good. I think these guys are gonna hang out for a while, right? We good for a while?
How dare you be late?
I got about 20 minutes or so.
Did you tell your boyfriend you're late? No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, let's go. What do you? That was a joke. All right. So now we're on shows. Did you guys ever watch Hannibal? Or am I the only
I did
didshit?
not watch that one yet.
Well, no, I don't know that I did. We've had this conversation.
Dude, the greatest 3-season show ever. Like, honestly. And they left it on such a cliffhanger. We won't spoil it for you.
Not only is it the
Oh, Crystal loved Hannibal. Hell yeah.
Like, it is the greatest from movie to fucking television.
It blows away the movies.
I think that every single character in that fucking show, or every actor in that show, delivers a better performance as the characters than anybody in the films did. And
Dude,
I
how
would
about...
never take away anything from Sir Anthony Hopkins. Yes, Crystal Smith, I have watched Mindhunter. Mindhunter was dope. It was dope.
I have mixed feelings about Mindhunter.
So this'll blow your mind, Crystal and Joe, if you didn't know this. But like, the same guy who plays fucking the Red Dragon in Mindhunter is the same guy who plays fucking Frankenstein's monster in fucking Monster Squad. You know, Bogus. That's the
Yeah, I
same
didn't see that.
fucking guy, and it's fucking great.
Yeah, Crystal, for some reason it canceled. I think it was a writer strike or something. And nobody...
No, it was not.
Nobody...
I'll tell you what it was.
It's still out there for somebody to take, isn't it? Like the license?
So listen. So this is the way it went down. So, the first season of Hannibal is roughly based off of the first
Right. Silence of the Lambs.
novel, the first Thomas Harris novel, which is Red Dragon.
Oh yeah, Red Dragon was first. Yeah.
So the whole entire first season is actually based off of solely the internal monologue of Will Graham in the book, like his relationship with Hannibal Lecter before he catches him. So
yeah, he almost looks up to him.
The entire series, the 3 seasons of the show Hannibal, is roughly an adaptation of Will Graham's internal monologue in that book. And then they, like, the last couple episodes, they actually adapt Red Dragon for the small screen. They have, like, little nods to scenes in Hannibal and little nods to scenes in Hannibal Rising, which is fanfare. But here's the thing. This is where Hollywood comes into fucking play, because Hollywood is a fucking son of a bitch. So, Hannibal Rising and Red Dragon, and even Hannibal, the actual sequel...
I hated Hannibal Rising, by the way.
I mean, the actor was cool, but
yeah.
the movie had, like, some... But anyway, those 3 films, aside from Silence of the Lambs, were all actually produced by a completely and totally different studio. So the reason why you did not get more Hannibal television after this last season is because to adapt anything further, they would actually have to start adapting Silence of the Lambs for the small screen, which would include the character Clarice Starling, which would include Buffalo Bill, which would include all of these things that were featured in the film. And Silence of the Lambs, out of the whole entire quadrilogy, is actually the only film that is owned by a completely and totally different studio, and they would not sell NBC the rights to adapt it.
Then why the fuck did they have that ending? I'm not going to spoil it, but why? Why the fuck? Because they left so much hope.
You don't know. You're supposed to not know.
No, I know. I know. I feel like I know. But they left it way open. Like, no, come on. So nobody could remake it or continue it?
No, they're waiting.
Well, they better not wait too fucking long, because
Mickelson already said that
he's going to be an old man. What about Will? Because Will was fucking amazing.
He'll be in it too, but he can only be in it in flashbacks because he still has to be the person that ultimately catches him.
So without spoiling it, all right, listen. You feel Will Graham almost like you feel like you're losing your mind with Will Graham. That's all I'll say in the show, and that's what makes it fucking amazing.
That is the major dramatic question of the show. The major dramatic question of the show is, does Will Graham have the capacity to be just like Hannibal Lecter?
Yeah, I think I do think so.
Well, no, that is the question of the show.
Yeah, but he also lost his mind because what he could see.
That is why I absolutely and totally love their interpretation of these characters, because you're introduced to Will Graham, right? Will Graham is a brilliant psychoanalyst, like a brilliant, what do they call that role in the FBI? Like a profiler.
Yeah, because he relives the moments. He relives the...
What he does differently versus what most FBI profilers do is he doesn't empathize with the victim. He empathizes with the killer. And that's why they have those scenes where you see
Oh yeah, the replay.
the
Yeah.
little pendulum from the
All right.
psychiatrist's desk.
Let's move on because I don't want to spoil it for him if he's gonna watch it. But Corey, yeah, definitely gotta watch it if you like dark shit. The cinematography is amazing. Like, do you remember the totem pole?
Did you ever watch Dexter?
I love Dexter.
I
didn't.
yeah, but the
now,
endings.
I didn't
Oh
get-
my god.
I
Oh,
gotta.
you didn't.
I gotta go back and I gotta finish it. I've only
Okay,
skipped like
okay.
season 4
If you
with his
like Dexter,
girlfriend.
Hannibal is like the more nuanced, like suitable replacement for Dexter.
You know what's better than Dexter? Barry. I'll say it now. I'll die on that hill.
Barry?
Barry is amazing. Have you ever watched Barry?
No, what is Barry?
Oh my god. You like Bill Hader?
Mm-hmm.
Both of you have to watch Barry.
What? Where is it?
HBO.
Who streams it?
HBO.
Ah, damn it.
Or no, wait, is it Cinemax? Hold on, let me look it up. No, it has to be HBO. I got HBO just for the show. It is basically pictured.
Cinemax is a subsidiary.
All right, listen.
So it kinda comes with it.
When I first started watching it, I thought it was a fucking spoof of Dexter, okay? But it's not. So Bill Hader plays not a serial killer. He's a hired hitman. So basically, he's a hitman. He follows this one dude that he's supposed to kill. This dude goes to an acting class. So he follows him into the acting class. And the serial killer hitman becomes an actor. And he wants to, it's like comedy mixed with fucking dark, murderous shit. But Bill Hader's amazing in it. He wrote it. It has so much comedy. The fucking characters are amazing. You guys have to watch it. It's like another version of Dexter, but way better to me, honestly. Like, watch this fucking show.
So, Crystal, you said last season Dexter was no good. Are you talking about the last season as in the 7th season in the continuity or New Blood?
I'd say she's talking both.
Which one was no good? New Blood or the one where he,
Disappears.
that fucking sea and became a lumberjack?
I'm sorry, it sounds so fucking ridiculous.
I know, right? Like, I fucking hate saying it.
I like the first ending. I didn't like the second one.
Crystal, you never watched New Blood. If you never watched New Blood,
Don't waste your time.
it's a much more suitable ending to the series.
I'll see we're complete opposites there.
Yeah, but we have but neither of which were the what should have been.
I'll tell you right now, if they base Dexter off of the Son, I'm not watching it. That dude was such a fucking shitty actor, non-believable.
There's no continuity with the Son.
Yeah, but the fact that he does it now, that was a cop out to me. I felt like they were just trying to end it, and that was it.
Listen.
Like that last season was good until the end.
Well,
that was worse than the first ending to me.
Well, no, fuck no.
I thought so. Oh.
Dexter needed to die. It should have been Deb that killed him, not his son.
Yeah, what he did to fucking Deb, no. Fuck.
Well, no, this is what I'm saying. This is where they fucked up. Like, Deb needed to fucking catch Dexter. It was cathartic, right?
Yeah.
Because Deb was constantly following in her dad's footsteps, but so was Dexter in a way. So, right? So you have, like, two versions of Sins of the Father, right? Like, you have one that is like this fucking hotshot, do it all by the fucking book detective like her father was. Then you have the other one who was literally conditioned and honed to be like his murderous self by his, adoptive father. The most cathartic and logical ending of the fucking show would have been for Dexter to get caught. It should have been Deb who caught him, and it should have been Deb who pulled the fucking trigger.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But
listen, so now I know what you're there for, I guess.
She would never do that, though. She wouldn't do that. She loved him enough. No, I don't think so. Look at
now I gotta try to watch.
Remember what I told you about Barry? The show I just told you about? It's averaging a 98 on Rotten Tomatoes by critics. It's fucking phenomenal. I'm telling you. You guys have to fucking watch that. Perfect blend of comedy and I don't even know. Mystery, fucking thriller. Like, it's so good. Bill Hader's amazing in it.
So I got one for you guys because Crystal was talking about being upset about them not making another season of one of the shows that she liked.
Brandy, you're not lying. Go ahead, sorry.
Dude, there's one show that I was really upset that they didn't make any more seasons for, and that's a show called Revolution.
Heard of it.
Have you seen
Oh,
that?
isn't that like an end of the world type?
Yep.
I'm familiar with that show.
I watched the pilot, and then I forgot
I
about
found
it.
I found this one by chance. This was, God, more than 10 years ago.
Wasn't it short? Like it didn't last long, right?
Two seasons, but the premise of it was really neat. And that's one of the first times I saw Giancarlo Esposito, the guy that ended up being in Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah, the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the bad guy.
I call him Two-Face. Yeah. Gus. Yeah, he was Gus. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's also in Far Cry 5. Was the bad guy?
6.
Or 6, yeah. 6.
Far Cry 5, I love. I was actually just playing that a few weeks ago.
Yeah, 6 was a letdown.
I did not get that one.
Yeah, you're not missing much.
But man, the whole idea behind Revolution was amazing. It's post-apocalyptic, but it's not like every other post-apocalyptic show or movie you see where it's zombies and monsters and grotesque shit like that. It's like legit, no more electricity. What are you going to do? And the United States breaks up into different factions. So it's not like 50 states now. It's like 4 different territories.
Yeah, it's like the ununited states.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely insane.
Speaking of apocalyptic, they announced a fucking Fallout show. Did you guys play Fallout? I hope you played Fallout. Yeah, Fallout 3 is my all-time favorite game. All-time favorite.
Believe it or not, I haven't played those ones.
I'm not
oh my god.
a huge gamer, but I absolutely and totally love the Fallout games.
Dude, the fucking creatures and like the artwork. That's probably why you love it, is the fucking artwork in it.
I played fucking Fallout New Vegas. I don't think I played it for like a week.
Dude, they're talking about remastering that in Fallout 3, which I can't fucking wait for. I hope they do.
And I think a Fallout television series is the only way you could do that.
But the bummer about it is I was expecting HBO to grab it, but they didn't. I think it's Prime, which might kill it, because Prime really doesn't make great shit other than The Boys.
Have you not seen The Boys?
Oh, that's what I said, other than The Boys. The Boys is amazing. And that spin-off show is good too, Gen V. That's pretty good too.
Well, turning games into a TV show, like 1-hour episodes like they did with The Witcher, I think is the only way to go about it, to tell the stories properly. You see they're going to do one for Horizon as well, Zero Dawn?
Yeah, and they're doing one for BioShock, which is my second favorite game.
I'll tell you what, they've never successfully adapted a video game into a movie, like ever. Like,
oh, a movie? I like the newest Tomb Raider. But that was loosely based off of, that wasn't really based on the story of the game.
That movie was fucking dope. That last
Yeah, that was cool. Really good effects too. The first Mortal Kombat was great too, like the original.
I think they missed they jumped the shark on fucking Silent Hill.
Oh,
I think Silent, yeah.
No, see, I'm with Brandy. I like the first one. I don't like the second one, but the first one's good. Yeah, I thought the first one was good. Pyramid Head looked good.
So here's my problem with that. Like, you have Silent Hill, and I remember playing that game when I was very young and being fucking absolutely and totally morbidly terrified, right? Like, looking over my shoulder while I was playing it. But
Jason.
The problem is that video game camera angles and being in that moment only works when you're playing the video game, right?
Yeah.
So, like, that movie, they relied too much on recreating the video game camera angles, and that's not scary to me. Like,
no, but they did great with the look. They did great with the look.
The church was nuts.
Well, I know.
All right, listen, guys, real quick.
Created that, but that was video game fanfare. They should have catered that movie.
I loved it, and I love Silent Hill.
To horror fans, not to video.
Hell yeah, Brandy. All right, listen, guys, real quick. I don't want us to get cut off here, so if I restart it, can you guys jump back in? It'll literally take a minute.
I only have about 5 minutes left anyway, so.
All right, well, let's just see if it plays out. All right, we'll just play it out.
I still gotta eat. I got fucking food getting cold.
The Resident Evil movies were fucking hot garbage. I can tell you that. The first 2 Tomb Raider films were garbage, other than Angelina Jolie looking the part. The fucking movies.
I enjoyed Resident Evil, but it wasn't close enough.
Oh, not me. They made it like an action movie. They made it like Metal Gear Solid if it was a movie.
And then they tried to redo it into a series, and that didn't work either.
I actually heard the animation ones were really good, like the CGI ones, or the
Right. I haven't seen this yet.
I did enjoy Uncharted with Mark Wahlberg and Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, that was good. Uncharted was pretty good.
My problem was Mark Wahlberg playing. Come on, he did not do justice. I like Mark Wahlberg. Don't get me wrong, but that was terrible. Yeah, he wasn't. The original character wasn't from Boston. Like fuck that. I'm sorry. I love Tom Holland, but not that.
While I still have a few minutes, if we're gonna touch on video games into movies and TV shows and shit, can we talk about The Witcher?
I haven't watched it.
You have not watched The Witcher? Get it in now.
Can I tell you why?
Why?
Because I don't want to fall asleep.
Because you don't want to fall asleep.
I love the Witcher game, but it is so slow. So
oh no, well,
I feel like the show is going to be slow. Like I fell asleep playing The Witcher, and I love that game.
Would you play Witcher 3?
Yeah, I'm saying I fell asleep playing it many times.
Right. So Witcher 3.
It's the same thing with Red Dead Redemption 2. I fall asleep during that.
Of the story. That's only one part of the story. It's based off of books. But they do such a good job. There's a huge
See, she fell asleep.
Now.
Crystal fell asleep.
There's a huge problem now because they're not going to have, goddamn, what's his name?
Yeah, Superman.
Like, how is Henry Cavill not going to play fucking Geralt in season 4?
Because he's going to play Superman and save the DC, finally.
No, he left the show because they're not going to follow the story.
Well, he's supposedly going to be the next Bond, which would be fucking awesome.
I'm okay with that.
No, Brandy, don't go. Ah! Have a good night, Brandy.
Guns, so. The show did him dirty.
Okay, well, you can talk about Witcher. I'll watch it one of these years. I'm just not interested. The thing about the game, where I said I fell asleep, too many long cutscenes. That was the problem. And they weren't interesting. Like, do you remember the opera mission in Witcher, where you get mugged on the way to opera? That was like a fucking 3-hour mission with like 2 hours of cutscenes.
So, I think it's, man, that's the kind of
like
stuff.
It's a great game.
I love story building and shit like that.
I do when it's Metal Gear Solid. Yeah.
I love all the cinematic shit.
Yeah, if it's Metal Gear Solid, I do.
I'm a big fan. My favorite game of all time is Final Fantasy VII. So
yeah. Did you like the remake?
Yeah, I like the remake too. I prefer the old combat style. I like the chess kind of feel to it.
Night, Brandy.
The strategy feel,
Yeah.
But they updated it because kids nowadays have a 5-second attention span, and they wouldn't be able to do that kind of battle system. It has to
I don't like the turn-based. That's my problem.
Absolute total pace for role-playing games, and they just didn't listen.
You guys probably never played this. Do you remember Omicron for fucking Dreamcast?
I had a Dreamcast. I don't remember that game.
Yeah, a lot of people had it, and it lasted like a month.
Yep.
The poor system.
It was just built though.
Yeah, but the VMU was so cool at the time. The little VMU unit, like the disposable memory card, the virtual memory card. Yeah. But so me.
That reset on me so many times.
So you're a gamer, Corey? You're a pretty big gamer.
Yeah.
I'm doing
that's how I got my start on the podcast thing. As I started.
Okay, I'm doing an episode with the Film Bros podcast on my channel. We're just gonna talk strictly our top 10 video games ever. That'd be cool if you join into that one. If we could get 4 people on there, probably through Zoom, I would think. Wow. But that'd be a lot of fun.
I just felt like Rudolph, and I'm not invited into your reindeer games.
Well, do you play video games? Do you play video games? Because that's my favorite topic.
Dude, I'm fucking with you.
No, but for real. Do you play a lot of video games?
Gamer, man. I'm an old.
Well, I am too. I've been playing them since I was 7.
I haven't gamed the last console I played was the 360. So.
Yeah. Well, we could talk old school games. Old school games are still fucking dope. Yeah.
Fucking GoldenEye.
My favorite old games are the Tomb Raiders, like the first 3 ever.
The console was N64 because you had GoldenEye, you had Ocarina of Time,
Mario Kart 64.
You had motherfucking Conker's Bad Fur Day.
No Majora's Mask mentioned there?
Oh, Majora's Mask, yeah, that was good too.
A lot of people hate the timestamp on it. Day and night cycle. Yeah, it just felt like an expansion of Boot. Yeah, so we covered Lost. I don't know, what else do you guys want to talk about? I'm an open book. We'll talk about AI. AI is my favorite fucking conversation, dude.
I was
You
gonna
get me
say,
going for a
I
while.
feel like this is what you really want to talk about because it
I don't have
comes up
time for
every
that.
fucking time.
I don't know. I just think it's gonna fuck us, man. It already has.
Oh, it's the downfall of everything.
And everybody thinks it's so cool. Like, oh, I could type this in. It'll
Nope, I hate it.
write a story for me. Yeah, it'll probably kill you one day. Let it write a fucking story for you.
Listen, it's the start of our de-evolution.
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
the right word?
Yeah, like that
I
fucking.
don't know.
What was that 2000s movie where everybody's stupid? There's a comedy.
Idiocracy.
Idiocracy. Yeah.
Idiocracy.
Yep. They predicted that shit.
Listen, man, with AI, people think it's really cool because you can help, or you can use it to help you write papers and write scripts.
Yeah,
and
the
this
kids
and that
love
and
it.
everything else. You're not going to use your brain anymore. It's going to destroy your ability to think for yourself.
They're already not using their brain.
I was gonna
Because
say,
you're
we
typing
already
everything.
have that fucking problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to get worse,
We
though.
already have that fucking problem. It's only gonna make it worse.
So my advice is just don't use ChatGPT. Unless you're going to fuck around with it like I do.
God, idiocracy.
I ask it the dumbest fucking questions.
I
And
only
it
touched
literally
on
gets
my
mad at me.
episode.
It's like, I'm not going to answer that. 'Cause I just write ridiculous shit in it. Like, I'm not going to feed it information. Fuck that. I'm just going to write the most retarded shit I could. Because we're feeding its brain by using it. But yeah.
Dude, listen to that episode that I sent you earlier, Joe, and then go watch that show, Social Dilemma. When
Social
you watch
Dilemma.
that show, Social Dilemma.
Is it a show or a documentary?
It's a documentary. It's like an
Okay,
hour.
good. I love
hour
documentaries.
and a half, whatever. And it explains all the AI that's already in use now,
Yeah.
and how social media works with algorithms and all that, and how it is constantly learning about you right now on your phone, right now on my tablet, right now on everyone else's PCs and shit. Everything you do is being recorded. They are building an image of you so that they can figure out how you
Yeah,
are.
replicate you.
It's insane. That shit scares me, man. Everyone loves it. That scares me.
Now that I know that,
And they're talking about doing a virtual world.
all the time. Like, I'm just gonna pick my butt at random moments so that AI just doesn't know what to expect.
It's watching you, man.
There's a reason you could talk
It's
about
watching
something
you.
with your friend, and then all of a sudden you're seeing ads for it.
Watching me,
There's a reason
I'm
for
gonna
that.
I'm gonna make the show worth watching.
Exactly.
Yeah, but then gay porn is going to be the number one search.
No, you said it wrong. It's J porn. It's
Hell yeah, Crystal.
New World. Yeah,
Crystal, if you want to hop in, I'll invite you if you want to come in and talk. We're not shy guys here. But, yeah, AI, I mean, other than the oncoming war, I like to talk about.
Has nobody seen iRobot? For fuck's
Oh, I've
sake.
seen it. The Will Smith movie. Where they start killing us, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like people reference that movie with AI. People reference Jurassic Park when they're trying to bring back animals from the past. Like, do we not learn lessons from movies?
But I'm okay with that over AI. I'd rather fight a fucking dinosaur at this point.
They were trying to clone woolly mammoths. Did you know that?
I'll ride them. I'll ride those motherfuckers.
I kid you not. They're trying to clone them. They took DNA that they found frozen in ice, and they're trying to implant it into, or they're trying to cross it with DNA from an Asian elephant. They talked about this on the Rogan podcast like a year ago.
Oh, yeah.
And
Why don't we,
it should be within 5 years that they're going to have their first one.
instead of worrying about this shit, shouldn't we, help the homeless? No? I mean,
You mean instead of...
or giving $18 billion to Israel? I mean...
Okay, so you went there. I was going to say, I'm not...
Yeah, I'll go there.
It's your show.
I see helping them, but $18 billion fucking dollars? Are you serious?
Just FYI, we're starting to cut out, so we're probably gonna get cut off soon.
Okay, but like, give them $10 billion, give the other $8 billion to homeless. Like, come on, fucking kidding me?
All the money we're sending overseas, not just there, just everywhere. Ukraine.
And we're already trillions in debt. Like,
there's
fuck.
so much we could do with it. But all right, guys, Joe, thank you so much for having me on, man.
All right.
I am
We'll do it again.
If you're gonna redo it. But yeah,
What's
I'll
up?
have to have you guys on. I'll have to have you guys on my show as well.
Hell yeah. As long as we're not censored, we're good. Because I don't have a censor. Like I can't censor myself most times. Like I'm not gonna say dumb shit, but
go watch a few of my episodes. You'll know that you're not gonna be censored.
All right, cool.
Talk about anything and everything.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Yeah, we'll have you on soon, or I'll come on your shit soon. Have a good night, man. All right, Jason, you there?
All right, Corey, take care.
All right, yeah,
Can you hear me?
yeah, Corey's a cool dude, man. He's got like a podcaster's voice too. You can tell he does this shit.
Yeah, Corey's awesome.
Yeah. So if we could both hop on his stuff too, eventually.
That was cool. The three of us fucking bouncing off each other.
Crystal, you got any questions for me and Jason? You could ask us anything, literally.
We're starting to cut off.
See, I don't hear it, but you maybe on your end you're hearing it too.
Yeah. Every time toward the feed, like.
Oh, now I hear it. Yep. Yeah.
Start to get this like lag in the fucking.
Yeah, it sounds like you're like stuttering. Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah. So we'll pick this up another time, man.
All right. What I want to do is.
I'm pretty booked next Tuesday, but like if we want to jump on next Wednesday, I'm down with that. So.
Listen, find a horror movie you haven't watched. Okay. Any platform, it doesn't matter. And tell me about it, or just tell me the name, and I'll watch it too, and we'll do a review. We'll do like a dual review. Sound good? Yeah. I think that's perfect for me and you.
Sounds good.
So find it, message me it, call me, and tell me the show or the movie. It could be a show too. All right, man. All right. All right, guys. That's gonna be it for the live.
It's been fucking an absolute and total fucking pleasure.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm glad we were able to hear you this time, so made it way better. All right, man.
I don't know what the fuck I did differently because I actually don't have.
I'm not gonna argue against. I think it's the app. I honestly think it's the app at this point. Just fucking with me.
Just fucking with you.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right, brother.
Have a good night, and everybody that listened, thank you. We'll be back on soon. I have a episode releasing at 5 a.m. in the morning. It's a review on the movie Whiplash from 2014. Oh, it's so intense. Yeah, this is like an award-nominated movie. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's fucking phenomenal.
So, by the way, just fun fact before we sign off.
Yeah.
That same year, Birdman won Best Director and Best Picture and all that bullshit.
Which was good, but it wasn't as good as that. Yeah, that was his comeback, right, Keaton's?
Yeah. And it was a great movie, don't get me wrong. But I think Whiplash should have taken it all.
Oh, hell yeah. How did he not...
The only award Whiplash got that year was Best Supporting Actor for J.K. Simmons, which obviously he deserved that.
I don't even think he's a supporting actor. It's a fucking main dude in that, like...
No,
I mean, he wasn't, yeah. I guess the drummer dude was, but...
But, yo, you gotta think about this, though. Miles Teller, he didn't just act. Like, he learned how to play fucking drums, dude. Like, that's
why does he look so familiar? He looks like Joseph Gordon-Levitt a little bit.
A little bit.
That's what I got from it.
He's Goose's son in Top Gun 2.
Oh, I didn't watch that either.
So he's the supporting actor next to son. Dude, he's fucking Goose's son in Top Gun 2. You need to watch Top Gun 2. That was actually the only sequel I've ever seen that came 25 years too late.
I heard it was amazing.
Fucking good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Oh,
like,
here.
I was absolutely and totally glued to the screen when I saw that movie, and one of the reasons was Miles Teller. But,
speaking about horror, did you watch Speak to Me? Because I haven't, but I heard it was amazing.
I haven't watched that yet. No.
Oh, there we go. There's our movie.
Speak to Me. Is that on Netflix?
I don't know. I don't think so. You don't have a fucking jailbroken Fire Stick? Because you can get anything on that.
I'm not fancy. Hold on.
Dude, buy a Fire Stick and mail it to me, and I will do it for you.
Hold on a sec.
No, seriously.
Hold on a sec. I'm gonna see where I can find this.
I heard that movie's amazing.
Talk to me, not speak to me.
Oh, talk to me. It's with the hand.
Yeah. It's on Prime, so I can watch it.
Oh, I have Prime. Awesome. Let's watch that one. So we'll give it a, what's today? Wednesday. Let's review it next Wednesday if you're able to, or Tuesday. Well, I have to see what I have booked. I know next Saturday I go on with the dudes from Film Bros.
This this Saturday I have a shoot. Next Tuesday I have a shoot. So
Can you do Wednesday? Same time-ish?
I can do Wednesday.
All right, so listen, this is how I do it. Just watch it, write down notes. We'll rate it, obviously, 1 to 10. Excuse me. Favorite part or favorite scene, favorite character, shit like that. I'll send you like a list of what I like to cover on reviews. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll add our fucking comedy flair, and yeah, we'll do it.
Sounds good.
All right, man.
Maybe I'll make just so the listeners are aware. When we review Talk to Me, I'm gonna get drunk on absinthe.
Oh shit. Pace yourself.
No, I just need one, man.
Well, that one we're probably gonna do a recording on because the review. But we could go live before that or after.
No, I mean it's all good.
I like to do the shoot the shit things with you because we could fucking feed off each other. That's what's great about it.
Absolutely.
But the review we'll probably record, which we'll get a better actual recording for. It's more clear. But I'm glad you got your fucking mic, so we're ready to rock. Honestly.
All right, brother.
It's going to be fun times.
Hell yeah.
All right, man. Enjoy your night.
You too.
Hit me up. Text me, man. We can still talk.
We'll do.
I'll be up for a while, so. All right. Thank you for listening, everybody. Have a great night. Like usual.